Loves Natural Hair. She says, I'm a beginner, sis. This tutorial was so helpful, talking about my creating textile in Illustrator for beginners. Please do another one drawing with the brush tool. I tried changing the color of a custom vector image brush, but I couldn't, just wondering how. Let me tell you something, vector image brushes are a pain in the arse. But there are some ways around it, so I'm gonna see if I can do my best to show you how to do your own brush. Well, not necessarily to do your own brush, but to create textile with brushes. Alright, so I already have my workspace set up, which is the usual, obviously, but you can create your own workspace. And if you want to know how to create your workspace, go back into my Illustrator playlist and then look for the how to create your own workspace in Illustrator file, and from that point then you can come back to this video. So I got the usual open. I'm going to just make sure I have my swatches up. Obviously, sometimes I know I give you a bunch of extra stuff, but I don't like all these extraness, so I will get rid of everything that I don't need, quite frankly. Like black and white, that's all I need for now. And let's see, color, swatches, layer, artboard stroke. I haven't used the usual in a minute. I think I have created new ones. Properties, transform, align, pathfinder, brushes, transparency. Okay. Alright, so one thing that I do not see that pertains to textile design is my pattern option. So I'm going to go put it in there, pattern option, and I will be slapping it next to properties right there. So it automatically updates with my workspace. Okay, so brushes. Alright, Mo Loves Hair. Let's see what we can do with brushes. By default, our brush right now is set to 5 print brown. Obviously I have some other ones in there. You can always switch to thumbnail so you can see what you're looking for. Some of them are already like this. This is an image brush, obviously, so it means it's creating an image. It's almost like a denim stitch, as you can tell right here. Someone took an image and turned it into a brush. If you want to learn how to make brushes, again, go back to my previous videos and you get to learn how to set up your corners and all that wonderfulness. So that being said, how do you create textile with brushes? Obviously pre-made brushes. Let's look at this charcoal feather. So if I were to create a print with this charcoal, it would be very abstract. Obviously I could make some shape, that wonderfulness. The only thing with these type of brushes, once you do it, like listen, these type of abstract shape, you still have to, in a sense, group it, place it on top of well, first of all, let's make sure our artboard is matching our image. So we're gonna go to object, artboard, fit the artwork, fit to selected art. So fit the artboard to your selected art. So that's what it's going to do. Now we need to put a shape behind that because obviously it's still transparent. I know it looks white, but technically it's transparent. So we're gonna turn off our stroke, and then let's do a white background. All right. So if it places it on the top, you can just right click, arrange, send to back. Pretty straightforward. Okay, so let's see if we can turn this into a textile print. So I just utilized whatever was pre-made there, which is a charcoal feather, do some random shape and create, and we're just going to create a pattern option right now. So let's make a pattern. I'm going to collapse some of these menus so I can have space. I'm going to zoom out. Now, if I like what I see right here, it's pretty straightforward. While I'm in pattern option, I can still move some things around. The only thing you have to keep in mind in pattern option is that sometimes, hold on a second, let's ungroup this right here. Command Shift G or Control Shift G, shortcut commands to ungroup. Sometimes when you move a shape, it changes it all around. But you just have to be aware as to, right now my bounding box, which is the blue one, as soon as you put a mouse over it, it turns red. It automatically, been this whole time, it automatically switches it to like it's outside of our bounding boxes, so we know we have to be aware of that. So if I were to, I mean, we can play around with some of these shapes right here actually, because we still have some emptiness here and there. So this one, if I were to move it here, you notice how it's, you notice how it kind of cuts it off, which means we have to move it on the opposite side so that way it can show. Because this side is not continuous, the right side is. So one thing you have to remember, the right side of your pattern option mode in your bounding box is continuous. The left side is not. If you place something here, it will cut it off. So you have to put it on the right side. The bottom is continuous. It will repeat on top. If you place it on top, it will cut it off. So these are the things you need to be aware of. So anytime you have some type of shape that you want continually shown, say for instance on the top, this is where you would make your adjustment. Bottom and right, never top and left. Okay, let's see what else we can move. I mean, right now I kind of like what I have here. If you want to flip some things around, you can do that. So it looks more uniform. Right now it looks like a random shape, but this could be like totally be a print on a t-shirt or something. Okay, at this point I like what I see. So what I'm gonna do, this is already a new pattern. I'm gonna call it abstract. And I'm going to save it. Save a copy. Okay. And this is something you find. Pattern option is pretty easy. All you need to do is go to Windows and bring it up. Obviously, it's already up, so the check mark next to it. This is the easiest, newest way to create pattern. Photoshop even has, with the latest update that just rolled out with the 2021, has a pattern option that's like even more spectacular. So it really depends on what you want to do. If you want to create your own brushes, then design. Your print is the same essence. Create your brushes first, and then come back to the pattern option, use your brush tool, create your shapes, whatever design it is, and then save your new copy. So right now I'm done. This is, ooh, hold on a second, I don't know what happened there. My Illustrator just crashed. Ah, great. So, yeah, I guess that's the end of the video then. Thank you so much.